Hello and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name is Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look at producing this piece of sheet metal work. A few things that we're going to look at in today's tutorial. We're going to look at producing a base flange, an edge flange. We're going to look at producing cuts through our metal. We're going to look at the circular array pattern. We're going to look at creating these holes in the corners that are helpful when producing the welds, and also producing the text saying Solidworks Station. The best of luck, and let's get started. Okay, to start off with then, I'm going to go to File and New. I'm going to create a new part. I'm going to go into my top plane and normal to, and I'm just going to sketch a center rectangle that's going to be smart dimensioned up at 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. Okay, nice and simple to start off. Close this dialog box and go to sheet metal. Now if you've not got sheet metal available, we simply right click on one of these tabs and we select sheet metal from this list, and just make sure that there's a grey tick at the side of it. So click onto sheet metal and we're going to go to base flange tab. So what we're producing here is this bottom bit, 100 by 100. We're going to put a 1.5 millimeter thickness in here. Our K factor is going to be 0.5. However, if you have got a bend table, you can go to the bend table here, browse for your bend table, and those bend allowances will be calculated. We're going to use a K factor of 0.5 and an auto relief of 0.5 as well. And green tick. Okay, from here we're going to go to sheet metal and we're going to go to edge flange. We're just going to click on this edge here and we're going to drag our mouse up and left click on this edge and then this edge. Okay, so we've got edge flanges in place. However, we need to manipulate some of the values here in some of these areas. So we're going to the angle's fine, the angle's at 90 degrees. Okay, you can manipulate this. Let's put a value in here, so like 45. Okay, 110. We're going to keep ours at 90. The flange length here. Okay, you've got three options. You've got the outer virtual sharp, you've got the inner virtual sharp, and you've got the tangent bend. Okay, where all the measurements are taken from for the flange length. We're going to use this option, which is the outer virtual sharp, and we're going to type in a value there of 100. Okay. The flange position, we want our material to be on the inside. So if we look down here, you can see the material is on the inside. You've got other options, so you've got the material on the outside. You've got this one, which is the bend on the outside. This one, which is the bend from the virtual sharp that we was talking about before. And the final one, this one, tangent to bend. The flange position is tangent to the bend. We're going to choose this option, material on the inside. And we're going to select the green OK button. Perfect, good start. Right, next thing we're going to look at, let's have a look here. Okay, you can see we've got some relief for our welds to occur. So we're going to place these into position. So to do that, we need to go to corners and corner relief. Okay, corner relief is good for welding. So here we need to select our corners. Now it's going to be quite difficult to get in here and select all of our corners. So Solidworks has placed in a really good tool, which is collect all corners. So I'm going to left click on that, and all our corners have been picked up. You can see them there. Okay, in position. Now at the moment we've got our relief option as rectangular. Okay, I'm going to change this out to circular. Okay, you can see that's been updated now to a circular relief, and I'm going to put in a value here of let's go with 6. Okay, and I'm also going to tick this option here, centered on bend lines. Perfect, and green tick. Good, right, next step. We've got this 45-degree angle that's coming down at both sides, so let's put that in. So I'm going to click on this face, I'm going to go normal 2, and I'm going to go to sketch, line, and just draw a line from the top down to here. Okay, now from this point to the bottom edge, I'm going to smart dimension this up at 25, and from this corner here to this edge, I'm going to smart dimension this up at 25 as well. Okay, and green tick. Now in the sheet metal tab, we've got extruded cut, so let's just select that. And at the moment it's cutting through blind and at 10 millimeters. Now watch what happens here. Okay, if I just go ahead and green tick straight away, okay, I'm left with this. All right, which is not what we want in this case. So we can edit this. Okay, it's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. We can very easily change this back. So we can go into here and we can go into edit feature, and we made a little bit of an error. That's totally fine, and it's easily changed. So what we need to do is here where it says flip side to cut, we need to click on this. Okay, now if we green tick this time, okay, it does this side, which is good, which is what we want. However, rather than spinning round onto this side, drawing a line and doing extruded cut, there's a quicker option which I'll show you now. So go back into extruded cut, just clicking on the little icon and edit feature, and we're going to change this blind option here to through all. Okay, and that will cut through the whole of the material. Now when we press green tick this time, we get a replica on the other side, which is what we want. Okay, next we're going to look at producing this circle here and the circles around it on both sides, and we're going to look at producing this circle down here with the triangles cut through, and then we're going to place the text on. We're going to complete this video tutorial by placing on an appearance and rendering it out. So a few things left to do, so let's crack on and get these sorted. So let's click on this surface and let's go normal 2. We're going to go to sketch, circle, and we're just going to sketch a circle into position here, and let's give it a dimension for its diameter of 20, and we need to clarify where this is positioned. So I want it 40 millimeters away from that edge, and I'd like it to be 40 millimeters. I'd like it to be 40 millimeters from this edge. Okay, right, next we're going to put in our other circles. So just Control 8 on my keyboard, that'll bring me back to a normal 2 view. I'm going to go to circle, I'm going to place a circle here, I'm going to give it a diameter of 4, and I'm going to say that from the center of here to there I want it to be 20 millimeters. Close this dialog, and I'm going to go to linear sketch pattern, click on the flyout and go to circular sketch pattern. Now my parameter, okay, here, which is where I want to pattern this around, is going to be the center point of this circle. Okay, I'm going to go up to linear sketch pattern, click on the flyout and go to circular sketch pattern. Now where I want to pattern, okay, the entity that I want to pattern is this circle, and I want to pattern it around this point. Okay, let's have a look at how many I need. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to change this value here to 10. Equal spacing on, perfect, and green tick. Go back into sheet metal, extruded cut, and remember we can do through all, and green tick. Okay, next let's put the circle down here. So click on this surface, normal 2, sketch, circle from our origin. This is going to be 20. And I'm now going to go to Polygon. Now I'm just hovering over where my quadrant is here, and you can see a dashed line. And I'm just going to sketch a rough triangle in there. I can be more accurate now. I'm going to zoom in, click on this line. I'm going to say horizontal. I'm going to give it a smart dimension here of 4, and the center of that to the center of that I want to be 20. Okay, I'm going to go up to linear sketch pattern, circular sketch pattern. Entity pattern is going to be this triangle. Pattern it 4 times and green tick. Go to sheet metal, extruded cut. Just check that it's going underneath it. Sometimes it could be like that, and it's not going. I'm going to run into an error here. So if I press on the green tick, there's an error on that rebuild because there's no material above it. So just ensure that the arrow is facing through the material, and green tick. Okay, final step is to put on our text. So I'm going to click on this surface, normal 2, sketch. I'm going to choose a center line. I'm going to draw a center line. Across here. Smart dimension that up. And I want it to be 10 millimeters away from that edge. Go into my text, select my center line, go into my text box, type in whatever text I want. I can change my font, so I'll just unclick this box, go to font. I'm going to choose 5mm as my unit height. Green tick, and then we're going to create a wrap. So under features, just exit out of this sketch actually. I'm going to go to my sketch, I'm going to click on wrap. I'm going to use this method, which is the debossing method, and I need to click on the surface I want to deboss onto, which is going to be this surface here. By 1mm, and green tick. Perfect. Control 7 on my keyboard, and now I'm just going to apply an appearance to finish. So I'm going to go to appearances, solid, green, drag and drop, ensure to choose body, and we can render this out now very easily. Ensure we've got the Solidworks add-ins tab here, right click if we haven't, and just ensure Solidworks add-ins is there. Turn on our photo view 360. Mine is off at the moment, it is now on. Okay, so under Solidworks add-ins, go to render tools. We've got an appearance. I'm not going to bother with the scene in this example, I'm just going to go straight to final render. I'm going to turn on perspective view, and it's starting to render out. This will take a few moments. It's all dependent on your graphics card, it's all dependent on your central processing unit, and once it's complete, okay, you can then go ahead and save that preview image if you wanted to. Okay, hopefully that's been useful, hopefully it's been really helpful for you. If you've encountered any problems or any issues at all, get in touch and I'll be more than happy to help you out. This has been Solidworks Station. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video tutorial. Thank you and goodbye.